she's like, they're so nice and so luscious. And we're all like, and the owners are like, did she just...
Welcome to the latest episode of Over a Pint. I'm excited this week we have the top team in York region. We have Sonya and Dolores. So I'll have you guys introduce yourself for those who might not know who you are.
Okay, well, that's Dolores.
I'm Dolores.
I'm Sonya. And we run a real estate team out of Stouffville in York region, Ontario, Canada.
We have a lot of fun doing it.
We have a lot of fun. And it's Friday, so why not enjoy
Cheers.
it with Andrew?
Cheers,
Look at
Andrew.
that. Any excuse to drink because she doesn't drink. So thank you.
Ever.
I'm having a little bit of
A little bit.
This is what alcohol tastes like.
Yeah.
This is what sitting down feels like. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's been one crazy few months.
It's been a crazy 365 days. Let's get serious.
Been a little nuts. So did you guys have to make any big changes over the last year? Like outside of just the safety showing protocol stuff?
Gosh, I think
We made a couple of changes, but again, it was just all, we refer to that word pivot, and I feel like it was overused, and I never want to hear it again.
Same with
but honestly, I don't think we really pivoted much because we adapted video right away. That was the big key, I think.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think we did major changes. I think the biggest thing we've done, if I was to say, would be to the way we're running the business. So it's run more like a business. And
well, before it was just me and Dolores,
Yeah,
and it was just us. Like, so what are we doing today? Like, what's happening? Where are we going?
more streamlined.
And now it's, you have people you're responsible for, and you have, obviously the clients are the biggest, most important asset that we have.
Yeah.
And our office, we had our grand opening like the November before everything hit. Yeah. And we had just finally opened up after, like a year of construction, and we had changed locations, and we were like, we're ready. And then all of a sudden, mass hysteria.
Oh God, I was like sick for like a month.
A month. It was like 10 o'clock calls where she was
No,
like,
I was drinking. But honestly, I was just like, oh my God, I've never experienced this before. But I didn't freak. I didn't freak. It could have been worse. Trust me, I could have been on a plane to wherever. But I could get on a plane. But no, it wasn't. I don't think it was that. I think it was good.
Everybody was going through the same thing, but we were lucky. We've always had each other, and we have a fantastic team, and we just kind of just rolled with it, and we continuously have done that. And then all of a sudden, once we were at the end of 2020, it was like, wow, we were busy.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think we looked back until the end of 2020 to realize, like, God, that was a crazy year.
Would you end up
we changed
almost every other day, something like that, roughly?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Crazy.
So it's, and again, we're not ones to, like Dolores said, to look behind and to look back and, to see, celebrate really, sometimes we're not even doing that. We're just kind of moving forward and looking
on to the next one, on to the next. Yeah.
And sometimes we just got to press pause and like say, wow, like this is pretty good. And our agents, they're amazing. They're fantastic. Our admin team, everybody, they make us look good.
When did you guys make the switch from like the two of you to having more of a team under you?
So 4 years ago. Yeah. So 4 years ago, so Adele and Vanessa just celebrated 4 years with us this past January. And then once we hit so about 3 years ago, then we started adding. Yeah. So it was all really quick because we really couldn't keep up with everything that we had and the service and the level that we wanted to deliver.
Yeah, I think that's key, is the way we wanted to run it. It was getting impossible to do it alone.
And we didn't say no. We're like, we want to join your team. We're like, okay. And it worked.
Yeah. No.
What's funny is Lisa on your team actually was training me when I sold. So I was like original Remax York group before Hallmark bought them.
So we all were. So we had made the switch from Yonge Street Hallmark over to Aurora pretty much at the same time that you did.
Yeah.
And I think we only overlapped a couple of months. And then we had met Lisa there, and she was always so quiet. And I was like, what's wrong with you?
I was like,
do you talk?
Are you sure she's an agent? But no, she's great.
And she's amazing.
She's a ball of knowledge.
Really,
yeah, that's what like it was. So we were Remax York group when I started, and she was like kind of working with Bill and Brenda Jenkins, but then also kind of running training while doing her sales. So she, like, when I first started training, her and Brenda Jenkins were the ones training me. Then we got bought by Hallmark, and then I think that's when we had some overlap. But it's great.
So wait, you were at the York region before, because I came when Hallmark.
Yeah, so I only was with Hallmark for 6 months because I was York group for, that's where because then I got hired by Integra to do training.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember. Okay. Yeah.
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 It seems like a blur, a blur.
I know that feeling.
It feels like it's been 10 years, and I'm like, oh, it's only been 3 years since we left Hallmark.
Yeah.
Well, it's 10 years ago, I wasn't even in the industry. I was concrete forming 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's like me and you. So she's been licensed since 1998.
That's right.
And we went to high school together. So a lot of people don't know that. So I've known Dolores since I was in grade 9, she was in grade 10.
Yeah. I was the cool kid.
She was the cool kid.
No, I'm kidding.
And I was very quiet and timid. And
I don't know what happened to me now. I'm like, Sonya, I need your help.
And and then she did a couple of deals for my brother-in-laws, and I was like, hi, do you remember me? And she's like,
I suck with, listen, I remember the face, really? I remember the eyes. I'm like, shit, I know this chick, but what's her name again?
Thanks.
And then when they said, I'm like, oh yeah.
And then it was kind of history after that.
Yeah.
So what made you guys decide to team up?
I harassed her.
Actually, what happened with me was I was, I had small kids at the time. I was in my place in Florida, and I was on the beach, and I say this story all the time because it was important. And she had called me, and
I was like, hi, what are you doing?
I actually had my laptop right here, and I was working, and the kids were in the water. And I remember my husband walking away like, what kind of I know you love this industry, but kind of a life do we have here, right?
Your kids are in the pool. Can you please watch them?
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I got an awful type, and it was crazy. And anyway, she had called me, and I'm like, just wait till I get back. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make her an assistant.
Yeah. Thanks.
No, but she sucks as an assistant. She's great at. I'm like, what is that word?
So
wait. Let me say Sonya. This is Sonya's writing. It's the worst. It's like a doctor on crack. That's what it is.
Maybe edit out that part. No, I'm kidding. No, she was like, okay, don't sign anything. I was going to sign with Century 21. And I had another, my old boss when I was in the hospitality industry was managing a Century 21. And I was like, are you sure? And she's like, no, just wait. We can work together. Like, okay. So I went back in our Facebook messages like a couple of weeks ago, and you could see like all the messages back and forth.
Yeah, you shared it.
And I was like, hi, so I just finished course 2, wondering what kind of insight you can give to me. And it's like, I could feel her eyes rotating in the back of her head.
No,
right?
I was fine. I was like, I need someone to do paperwork. Can you do that?
And I was like, yeah.
And then when I saw her, I'm like, you just let's go to the listing. And I brought her with, but honestly, she was like a shark. So I was like, some people are meant to be, paper, and some people are meant to be on, front line.
Should I throw the paper? Oh,
no, she's terrible. Don't ask her to write you a letter. You won't read it.
Yeah, that's similar to my writing.
Oh, really?
I always say it's intelligence because there's so much in my brain that I can't even write it down. Okay, so.
Yeah, that's cool.
Every time an article that comes out that says messy writing is a sign of intelligence, I'm like, I'm just going to take that as a reason not to improve my writing.
Send that to me, Andy, so I can forward it over.
This is how she would write my name, like that. See, like that.
Oh,
too many drinks.
Yeah, it happens. We've been there.
Yeah, so that's basically how it happened, and then.
Well, now she brought me over to the Hallmark office, and I had just walked in and like, do you want to sign
Hallmark.
up?
I'm not gonna say it. It was good times.
Yeah, Gerald and Cynthia were there at that time. And,
I
just signed up on the spot, and she thought she could give me the paperwork to do, and it just evolved and evolved and evolved, and I was like, I love you and you're great with people, but your marketing, not so much.
Yeah.
She had no marketing.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
It's impossible I found to be one person trying to do it all perfectly. You know, it's like they say you aim and aim and aim and then you shoot. You know, it's like I'm constantly aiming when it came to that.
Well, you had a young family too, you said, right?
But I love cold calling. I love the prospecting. That's one thing I love. I enjoy. I could do it all day long. So, we do have an inside sales agent here that does help. And God, she's amazing. Like when I see her, it just reminds me of the days when I used to do that.
16 years old when she started. So
my dad told me to get a real job at 19 and get a real job. What are you doing? I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, that was it.
It's pretty much it. Rolled up into a ball.
So like as a partnership, how do you decide like division of labor, who takes care of what?
Well, I have high OCD, so
it's bad.
So there's a lot of delegating that happens. But Dolores is the type of person that anybody who knows her knows that warm and fuzzy feeling. Like that's just her. No, it's amazing. It's an amazing attribute. And as the team leader,
she's the leader. I just pretend to be the leader.
No, it's she gets a lot of calls and does a lot of the fluffing and things. Yeah. And we're a great partnership. Like a lot of people
it's hard to find that. I tried to do it in the past with other people. That's why I was a little bit skeptical. But I think when I did it in the past, it wasn't the same. Never once have we ever, fought over, your commission this, no, never. Honestly, I don't care. It's just money. I will make money. So, and she's the same.
And she was great because, a lot of agents would have been like, well, we're going to start the Dolores Trentadue team and it's going to be me on the sign. And she wasn't like that. She was like, well, let's do both of us. So we never imagined that it would be this big, Trentadue Torres group, or else we probably would have thought of a better name.
Well, but think about it. Even on our listings,
how long is your email address?
I know if I had just stuck to Taruli, it would have been easier, but whatever.
It's fine.
Well, that's why when I was selling, I couldn't use my name because I couldn't every time I'd have to spell it to give them my email address. It'd be like, so it's andrewfogliato.com, FOG.
Yeah. Oscar, golf.
So I just bought sellwithremax.com. So I just used Andrew at sellwithremax.com. I was like, perfect. Nope.
See, that would have been a great idea if we had thought about it, but we didn't.
We're just like, I think our names are nice and long. Let's just stick that in there.
Let's just do that.
Then let's add more words on top of them.
But I was going to say, Andrew, think about it. The team is amazing. Nobody here is really about that. Listen, real estate agents, they're greedy. They can be greedy. And, they want, we have 4 agents on one listing. Yeah. 4. Everybody plays nice. Everybody has a role. So it's me and Sonya, and then usually 2 agents. And the way the listing is run is unbelievable. It's
communication.
It's such a process. I can't explain it. If I was to really sit down, we'd be here all night.
You sound like you're selling him.
No, I am, because I think that it's important. To me, that becomes a greed factor, but we're working on volume. So, they're getting listing after listing after listing and buyer after buyer.
How long did it take you guys to come up with the current system you have for listing homes?
Good point.
Honestly, it's a constant evolution. But for us, it really was probably about 3 years ago where we had the team, and it was like, okay, well, obviously we can't do everything. So we had lead agents, and then we had this, and then we had that. And then it was figuring out who does what, and then placing people, and then talking to others. And we did coaching, and we did all these other things. And, it was kind of, piecing a lot of these puzzle pieces together to make what really works for us. Because listen, we've had this so many times where people are like, how do you guys do it? How does the partnership work? And it's like, this isn't going to be the same for everybody.
No,
everyone's different. It's like a relationship, any relationship. It's always going to be different, and it always takes a lot of commitment.
Yeah, I think not everything's set in stone. So I'm going to be honest. If I see, my agents are working extra hard on a deal, we're not, this is what we said it is. We're actually I'm a person. I have a family and bills as well, and I understand what other people are going through. So I think being a little bit,
the world is round.
Yeah, a little bit, caring and understanding to other people, especially that they're in my business. They're family to me. The team is family. So, but I say the way we wrapped it around, like with the staging and the construction,
we just wanted to have that kind of monopoly. And again, there's that OCD level where it's like, well, if I can't, control it, then I don't want it. Like, I want to have that control where I have my staging team, I have my contracting team, I have my agents, the admin. And again, there's that constant communication between all of them. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, kind of just puppeteering, right? Making sure that everyone's in their spot and we're ready for showtime.
Yeah, even right down to the storage facility. We just picked on wheels, basically.
Whatever's a pain in the ass when it comes to listing your house, we try to fix it.
Yeah.
Kind of the whole plan. It's the best way. How do you guys mostly now go about getting clients? Like, what's your process there? And like, is it a process that you guys like specifically have spelled out, or what's that look like?
No, and this is the amazing thing that and the amazing opportunity that we have within Stouffville primarily is that it is a small town. I sit as chair now at the Stouffville Business Chamber. My kids go to school here. We say this all the time. Like, I live in this community. This is everything that we do is a reflection of who we are as people. Yeah. I don't want my clients throwing, onions at me at Walmart.
I would grab eggs.
Like, treat people how you want to be treated. Yeah. And, when it comes to the whole prospecting and all these other things, like, it has to be natural. It has to be organic. If it's not, people, they don't buy into that. We do the old school, we do obviously, flyer drops and all that stuff, but not a lot of it. And it's always with a purpose. We do a ton of events even now. We're known for our community events. So we do contests all the time. Last week we had, a drive-through for Good Vibes, Sam Marana.
Right. Yeah.
So again, a fundraiser basically. Yeah. And, we're washing cars in the summertime for the Stouffville Legion. She's a drill sergeant when it comes to anything to do with vehicles. I had never washed a car in my life. Let alone now I'm washing other people's cars. It's like, you're not doing it right.
She wasn't doing it right.
Out of the way. And I'm like,
you're supposed to put the water first, then put the soap.
I don't know.
She just doesn't know. It was terrible. I'm like, there's a streak of dirt right across the side of the car.
I'm trying to do deals, not car washing.
I know, but it's to raise money for the Legion, poor things.
No. This is, again, there's anybody who meets us, there's no ego, zero, nada, zilch. So when people meet us, like, there's just, they get that feeling, and nothing is better than feeling that someone really cares about your well-being and where you're going to be in the next 5 or 10 years or your lifetime. And this is a big deal for everybody.
Yeah,
like, it's selling your house is a big deal.
Yeah,
I was curious because the teams like around your size, it's always like one or the other. Do you guys plan on like always actively selling homes, or do you eventually plan on one or both of you is more on the like managing the team side, but not out there actively selling homes yourself anymore?
That's a good question.
Great question.
I'm sorry. I love the fact of meeting people. I like the selling part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of the managing, but at the same time too, I'm more of the listing appointment.
Yeah, me too.
Client follow up. It's you still have to have your hand in it. As soon as I feel that if you don't, again, we don't want to be so big.
Well, look at last night. We had 2 offers going on. We were still involved. I mean, we weren't involved, but
we're still involved.
We're up till 1 o'clock in the morning, making sure, the agents are okay. They're all here and doing their deals, and got to make sure, right? So I still want to have a part in that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're not ready to step back and do all of that just yet.
I mean, I joke around and say retirement
every day, 20 times a day.
But no, I don't think I would be bored. What would I do?
On her 1 day off, she'll be like, what are you doing? So do you want to get the dogs together, or do you want to like look at the checklist again? I'm like,
I get bored
quick shopping.
Andrew, what is there to do other than like, what can I do? What am I doing?
Well, you got to recruit new team members, build the systems out, make deals and partnerships. Like, there's a lot you can do that's not actively selling a house.
That's
right.
True.
And that's what we do.
Yeah,
and that's really, especially for me, it's having that. I always want everyone on our team to know that we're always here. We know that we're always available. It's, when you lose that touch.
And that's the amazing thing. Like we really have like 10 agents, and where we are, in terms of ranking, really we're amongst people that have 40 or 30 agents, 50 agents, some of them.
Yeah.
And the reason why is, again, we're involved. Again, that's why the 4 listing agents, remember, so it's, and they're working in teams.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Again, how does it work? Like, how do you use the 4 agents on one listing? Like, what does that look like when you list a house?
So it's always myself and Dolores as, the lead agents on it, whether if it's for the listing appointment itself. And again, it's that communication with the agent. So say, for example, I'll use Bridget and Adele. So they work together on listings. So again, they're working on volume. Adele's people, Bridget's people amalgamated together. But they're scheduling, they're talking to the client as well. They're being that extra voice. And again, we don't all always agree. We don't always think, okay, like, is this process or the next step going to be the best one for these people? It's conversation at the end of the day. And again, the more people that you have, the more opinion, the more work ethic, the better the results that they're going to have, right? And it's stories. I feel like I'm a storyteller. Like I can tell you, what happened last night with one offer, I tell the other agents. And then when they have that experience, then they're able to go on to their client and tell that story. So, again, old school, have those meetings once a week, have that communication, whether if it's on Zoom or whatever.
Yeah, the client's getting a lot, again, our job, we feel, is to be more the, prospectors kind of thing, right? Yeah. And the other agents, they execute, making sure they're booking the video, making sure the script is ready, making sure everything's done. But we do have a customer service rep that takes care of that, but there's a liaison right in between.
Yeah, so, we don't write scripts, and we don't do paperwork.
I love scripts. I miss doing the scripts.
You have listing videos.
You never wrote a script ever.
I did write a script. What?
I've done scripted videos for myself, and it's always the unscripted that do better for me. Because I don't, like, I'm very wooden when I'm reading a script. I'm like, okay, and I'm reading it. Otherwise, I just fly for the cup, and I can just edit out the crap that comes out that doesn't work.
Yeah, but honestly, Andrew, you hit it right on the head there too, because a lot of the times, like, I don't read the scripts until I'm like right there at the house, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, okay, I get the gist of it. I'm like, I don't need it. And then
not me. I'm like, can you just keep the script right there? Just don't move it.
All you have to say is your name and your phone number and your email address. It's pretty simple.
No, because what happens is I'm looking at the camera and I'm thinking, what am I saying? What's happening? Oh my God.
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I don't even know.
Don't put them in the middle.
Go to your pockets. Yeah, you got to power pose it.
Launch your jacket. So I'm like, okay, I'll just sit here and hold on.
That's very natural.
I'll pretend I'm Superman.
That's classic like, realtor photo pose, though, right? Like you got this one, you got this one.
Oh, we're gonna do the back-to-back one with our arms crossed.
Yeah, totally.
I do have a back-to-back one.
Friday.
This one's ready to go to paparazzi tonight.
You just get some like fake flashes every now and then that you can have, so it looks like it's always around.
I like that. See, and Andrew taught us about all those little Zoom
Andrew,
things.
yes.
So we're gonna have to practice that later.
What did I teach you about?
Those little hat things. Are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, Zoom hats. The Zoom hats. Yeah.
I love it. I want to wear the French one.
Well, when we figure it out, then we can do it.
It's actually really easy, and for people watching who are curious what we're talking about, I will put one on.
You do mine? Oh no, I want to do mine.
Nice.
It works. So I can't put it on you. You have to put it on through your. But I mean, I can be a pirate if I wanted, just to like really make it fun, and then every now and then go chef route.
I like the chef one. That's good.
She's the cook. That's what I want
you
to
to
be the chef.
This one is just perfect.
I like
nice.
It. I like it.
As I, give someone crap for something, I can do it with this hanging over my head.
That would be perfect for me, or some devil ears.
Well, you can flip back and forth.
You can flip back and forth. That's hilarious.
Do you guys go to a lot of outside of this past year?
You know what? Like, okay, so next week is the Remax R4. So we're doing that virtually.
Yep.
Historically, not the same.
Yeah.
So we've been going for the last couple of years. It's exhausting. Like the 3-hour time difference, trying to go to the events, because I'm a little bit of a goody two shoes.
I am too.
She's not. She's like slot. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yes,
Sonya,
CRA. I'm at everything.
Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's go everywhere.
I don't know where you went. I'm like, I will be right here.
Yeah, she's like, I am sitting. I am not walking, and they're gonna bring me alcohol.
But they kept bringing me drinks. I'm like,
The waitress knows where I'm sitting. I can't move now.
So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to the session and I'll take notes for you, okay? And make sure you know how to read them after.
I don't know how I blew like $400 in like 20 minutes. I was like, what did I play that game that they put? I don't put money here, and I was like,
it's called blackjack.
But I gave them money.
No. But it's So we've done that before, and we try to do the traditional conferences with Remax. Buzz conference. I think we had seen you there last January, and we spoke at one of the sessions, and we like doing this. We like sharing. We feel that camaraderie is really important.
It's important,
and sometimes it's lacking in our industry. And there's times where I'm dealing with agents, and I'm just shocked and bewildered, and like, this is not how it's supposed to be. Like, we're an industry that is so like pitted against each other, and what's mine is mine, and I'm not going to share with you.
There's enough to go around.
There's enough. Like, come on. You got to do what you want to do that's going to work best for you.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right?
I love going to like the coaching stuff. Like, I like learning stuff like that.
You guys have a coach?
We did.
We coached with Ken Goodfellow. So we did like a Florida event, and then we went to Nashville. Don't take Dolores to Nashville. Just FYI.
I'm like,
sure wondering.
What's all the country music? Where's the reggae? Sorry.
She's like, what is this? What is this instrument? I'm like, it's called a guitar.
Oh no. I knew the guitar. I just didn't know what leather boots.
Oh, the banjo. It was the banjo.
And then I went to a Mexican restaurant hoping to hear Mexican music, and then I hear like this.
The banjo.
What's happening? So no, I won't go there again.
To all the country music fans out there, I'm really sorry.
It's very nice.
Our talk, as we were talking about Italy right before we got on the show, makes me want to just travel. I miss that.
I just want to get back to my place in Florida, even if it's for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
Only if it's for 1 month.
Now, do you guys do like go for a month or something, and the other covers while you're gone or anything like that, or?
A month, maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks is usually our threshold. And but yeah, like, it's honestly like we can do it. We're at the point now that we can definitely.
Everybody runs pretty good here. We have the operations manager, so she takes care of a lot of the back end stuff. So yeah, we could go. So that means I could go for a month.
Don't give her ideas, Andrew. Don't give her ideas.
Well, it's a great test of your business. So we had Keith Roy on, and that's what he was saying is the biggest business was he went for 8 months. So he's like, the first test is, how does your business run if you're gone for a week? Then how would your business run if you were gone for a month? Then what would you change if you had to go for a year and keep up production? So it's like, it's almost a way to force your.
Yeah, no. I own the place there. You're.
Keith Roy. Oh, wow, that's a long time.
That's a smart man.
They travel the world.
Yeah, good for him. You know what? I say this all the time. You're young once. I don't want to wait until I'm 50, 60. My kids have been traveling since they were months old. Yeah. And I'm a big traveler. So before I got into real estate, I was in the travel industry. Mm-hmm. So for us, it was always second nature. Like, we went to Hawaii and Maui and all these other places. My kids were 6 and 2. And everyone's like, you're nuts. 11-hour flight and inter-island hopping and doing all this stuff. I was like, no problem. That's easy. We went to Italy, Spain, and Portugal 2 years ago. So I took 2 kids and 2 senior citizens, my mom and my mother-in-law.
Not me. Just
the elderly were worse than the children. Just saying. It's too hot. Oh my God. I'm like, okay, fine. But
that's hilarious.
We think about it and we talk about it now, and we're like, thank God we went. Mm-hmm. Like, something for us is that we do try to take that time off, and we try to spend that time with our families, and we love each other. Like, we spend time together. So it's very odd.
You got to do the exercise. What would you do differently right now if you guys had to leave for like 2 months? How would you change what you're doing now?
I would pack my bags, and I would probably get my.
But I don't think that when you say do something
like,
differently.
How would you set up your like, if you said right now in 4 weeks I'm leaving for 2 months and I can't check my phone more than once a week, would you change anything in your business?
Yeah.
Well, no, to be honest, because now we have given
Can we get him as a coach?
We've given up a lot of, and that OCD-ness and all these other things.
I think that's it for us. It's
micromanagement.
I'm in Florida. I'm in my place, and when everybody's not looking, I'm like checking my phone. And yeah, I promise this time though. I promise.
But to answer your question, nothing would change. It all runs. We just want to make sure it's running, and 99% of the time, it's fine.
Oh yeah,
it's just us, right? Personality traits.
Yeah, I remember when I first started hiring people, like letting go of tasks is like it was the hardest. Now I'm like, get everything out. Just give it
Well, one of our coaches, he taught us one of the best things that just resonates with me every day. Mm-hmm. Ditch it, do it, or delegate it. Mm-hmm. That's it. Don't complain. Don't, oh, I'm going to do it. Just get it done one way or the other.
I think the biggest thing for us is when we have a few corporations and we set them all up and doing the financial side of it. I feel a relief now that we have that in place. So
it's hard because we're not just real estate agents, right? Yeah. We're corporation owners and all this other avenue that we never even dreamt of.
We own the 2 buildings, so making sure everything runs efficiently, right?
The bills are
being paid. Yeah,
the water's running.
Thank God for my husband.
And do you have like tenants there too, or is it all for the team?
It's all for
Just
us.
For us. Yeah.
So
the best thing that happened is when we bought the second unit. So we bought the first unit at the front, and then that was her idea. So I bought the first one without her knowing, and then I called her. She was away. Said, by the way, you just bought it.
I was away for 3 days. I'm like, I can't even go away for 3 days without you fucking blowing. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. She can swear.
Yeah. Good.
Blowing like $500,000. I'm like, what the hell?
It's fine. We'll survive. And then the second.
So I bought it. Hope you're okay with it.
I forged your signature.
Really easy with DocuSign. Don't worry.
That's all. It's fine. It's under the corporation. And then the second unit, it was your husband that actually said.
He said to me, and he's like, all the other units have already sold. Unit 2 is still available. Think about it. Where are we going to put the staging stuff? Where are you guys going to actually meet clients? Because by the time that he built all the offices and had the offices, like the office space for our, signage and the realtors, where does everything else go? So we're like, you know what? He's like, you guys are going to regret it if you don't buy it. So I said to her and her husband during one of our financial meetings, and I said, what do you guys think if we bought unit 2? And we just opened it up front and back. And they were like,
I never told her, but when I told my parents, my father said, oh, it's a nice idea. You put the bakery, you put something nice. I'm like, bakery? No, it's for real estate. He thought we were going to buy it to rent it out. Yeah. And I'm like, no. He's like, what do you mean? You're going to have 2? I'm like, I guess.
No, we're going to have one really big one.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to have a bakery in-house, let's just say.
But the best thing ever, because the unit is huge. It's got like almost 30, 40 foot ceilings.
Yeah. And I'll show you our pretty sign up there. Ooh,
but it's very nice.
It is nice. So it opens up over there, a little kitchen. So this is more, and then back there, that door is where our staging stuff is. Yeah. And then in unit 1 is where all the agents are housed. Again, reception area. So, a couple nights ago, we had 19 offers on a listing.
Nuts.
19.
Nuts.
So this whole entire area was all full of offers, the clients and Catherine and Lisa on the other side. And it's like, if we didn't have the space, where are you going to go? Yeah. Especially now with COVID. The clients didn't want us at their house. They had the kids. Mm-hmm. They didn't want to deal with all of that printing and all, like, ooh, how can you do it? So honestly, having this space now has been, a blessing.
That's good. And do you guys use it for anything else, or like filming and things like that? And...
So when we first had it, our first year, we had a Christmas marketplace.
It was amazing.
So we had this whole area, like all the desks taken out. And for us, like I said, we're big community event holders, and a lot of these businesses in Stouffville, they work out of their homes. A lot of them are, and I will say it, and they don't take offense, stay-at-home moms, where they do work out of, their basement and have inventory there. So we had started with our office on Ringwood, which was like 900 square feet.
No, 900.
Really
It was
small.
like 745 square feet.
And everyone was like this, tight spots. And like, we would use our desks as, little stations.
But the last one we did was amazing. It was rammed, remember?
And then it was like a customer appreciation where we have full bar, lots of food. So my husband's not only our in-house contractor, but he's actually trained culinary chef. So that's why.
Andrew, you can come to the next one.
Well, just give me a date. I will do it.
All right, good.
So like I said, it's all about the booze, it's all about the food, and it's all about the people.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had, I don't know, at our Markham one, we had 1,000 people through it.
Yeah.
And then here we had about 500 because we had an ice storm that day.
I remember the fire truck came. Was that day?
So we would do like a food bank and a toy drive. Yeah. So for us, it's all about that full circle. So we have the vendors, we have people, we have clients, and then we have, nonprofit organizations that we can donate and raise money and raise, whatever they need, whether if it is food, whether if it is toys, whatever it is that we can do for them, and we have a place to do it in, of course we're going to do it.
Yeah. What's your favorite event you've ever done for clients?
So it probably would have to be that. It's the Christmas marketplace. Everybody knows us for that. And one year we had it.
How many people emailed us to be a part of it? It was like a day before, like a ton of emails were coming. I'm like,
we had it at 19th and the Park, which is the Clock Tower, a very historic venue here in Stouffville off Main Street.
Yeah, we rented
so that was
out.
In between our offices, and we rented it out. And that's where they have, recitals. That's where they have weddings. That's where the previous mayor got married. And it was pretty fantastic. And so, yeah, for us,
we have 2 kitchens. So we have a bigger kitchen on the other side and then one kitchen here. Mm-hmm. So we're able to put food here with drinks, and then over there, more food and drinks. So you don't have to go to either side to get it with the same food, right? So it was quite nice.
And then we had other businesses as well, too. We had Firehouse Subs that had their whole display, and we had Christina Cook's catering that had her soups. And again, it's just, you have 44,000 people in one town. Like, we're really lucky. We are, hard work and all the, everything all together into one pot makes for what the success that
it's unbelievable. As a kid, I used to come up here and to see where it is now. Like,
it's amazing.
Yeah. We'd come up to see my dad's farmland, and then now this. It's nuts.
Is there a lot of new development now in Stouffville too? There
is tons. Yeah. So there's 1,100 homes being built now on Bethesda, and you have Gormley, and you have, the north area of 10th Line where Sobrera and Opus is, and you have all these new communities that are just building around us.
And beside my dad now, they're going to be doing some more houses. There's going to be a lot.
There's going to be a lot. So there's a lot of opportunity here.
And are you guys doing anything to get into those new areas being built? Like, is that in your plans, or just kind of doing what you're doing and then it'll come?
Exactly. Doing what we're doing and it'll come, because we've already had sales. We've had assignment sales. We've had, clients that are buying into that new construction. So we just sold a whole big group that they already live here in Stouffville, and they're buying in that new development. And they're already talking like, well, if prices are where they're at, we're going to sell again. So it's, it just, again, I always say this to Dolores, keep doing what you're doing, and it'll come. Again, it has to be organic. It has to be authentic. And again, that professionalism, that the relationship building that you're doing, my battery's low. I might have to go get the charger. It's fine.
All right. Did you guys, because I was looking at Remax.ca with the award levels, like it looked like 2016 was like a big jump for you guys. Like, was there something you guys specifically did then to do that, or just kind of compounding of all your previous work?
Compounding, like it really was. It was, we had, one listing on one street that really just snowballed. Yeah. And it was just meeting people and getting to know people. And they were like, wow, did you, have you heard about Sonya and Dolores? And did you see what the price that they got on that house? And then it was, putting signs out, the community event, doing all these other
community
things.
events. And, that was huge for us. And I think even going back to what we used to do, like just, prospecting, we did a lot of that.
I was sick.
Yeah.
It was Valentine's Day
It's
and my
fine.
birthday. I had a cold, and she's like, we have to go and deliver Valentine's Day treats. So we would door knock, and people like, you know, and again, this is going back 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And, you know, they remembered us. We would be delivering certain treats and hot chocolates. And I remember there was a guy at Hallmark. He's like, do you want to be known as the mom who delivers like hot chocolate at people's doors? Or do you want to be someone strong? And I was like, what? I don't know why I have to choose.
Again, I think, you know, it's not about always selling. That's the thing, you know, and that's the one thing I learned when I was starting into real estate is I remember that broker told me, it's not always about selling. Yeah. Gain the trust first, gain friendship first, then the selling will come. So we had to build that first. And I think we did that for like a good 2 years.
Yeah.
A year, maybe every day.
We would go out like every other day.
Every other day.
And because I live in Stouffville, it was a lot easier for me to do that. And then she would come back. She would come during the day and then come back in the evening, and we would meet people, and we would just be walking around. We would give like seeds in the springtime, like for your garden, like lettuce. And
we would door knock.
Flowers.
Now it's different. Now if you door knock, you're gonna get beat. But back then, like, so I used to love it because I would, when they would open the door, I'm like, you're the lucky winner. Here's a gift card, you know? So when they saw me on the street, they would open the door like that, you know, just to say hello. But it wasn't always about, do you want to sell your house? I don't want to be known as that. Yeah. I want them to say, you know what, you can call Dolores and ask her a question. I don't care if you use me, another agent, it doesn't matter. I'm always here, you know?
So you guys are like obviously like door knocking, that type of thing. Like, what is your actual ISA doing then all the time?
Oh, she's amazing.
So again, a lot of the contests and the events that we're doing, again, that's what it has nothing to do with, you know, oh, we sold this house on your street. Nope. Oh, you know, are you looking for a home evaluation? It's none of that. When we say, you know, it's Susan calling from the Trentadue Torres group, like, oh, I know them, Sonya and Dolores. So she used to work for a long time out of another team in Barrie. And she's like, people would hang up on me. They would swear at me. They would tell me off. And she's like, now that I'm working with you guys, she's like, wow, people keep me on the phone.
Yeah, because you're telling them what's happening in the community, you know, especially if they have kids. And we actually called the entire community during COVID, asking if everybody was okay.
Yeah.
You know, again, we're not looking for anything. And like I said,
I don't need anything.
You know, being authentic, I cannot stress that enough. I will say that over and over again. There's 2 words when it comes to all of this: consistency and being authentic. You know, if you don't believe it, no one else is going to believe it. If you don't mean it, no one else is going to believe it.
I know you guys do a lot of videos on your listings. Are you doing videos outside of that too?
Yeah. Yeah, we do videos all the time. And we do, like, you know, it doesn't have to be professional. Like, I find that sometimes our non-professional videos, the ones that we do with our phones, are the ones that are most interacted with, and we have the highest engagement. We love it.
Yeah, when I did the market update.
We just like talking.
Yeah, we're just bored. We just want to talk.
Well, you're not seeing as many people these days, so you just gotta.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's good.
No, again, it comes from a place that, you know, we feel passionate about. You know, it's not just about that one transaction. I dislike that word transaction. I dislike the word deal. Like, they're people, right? So I don't know. It's just how we do it.
Do you guys create a lot of content, like, for the community too?
Yes, a lot, too much. We actually even put out it was more, it was a syndication. It was like a magazine. And then we got so busy that we could no longer mandate all of it, but it focused on real estate. It focused on businesses, and we called it Stouffville Living, and people loved it. And then we had all of our events, our contest details, everything was in one spot. And as opposed to being, you know, like a flyer, it was like 8-10 pages.
Yeah, but now we've partnered. The town has something that is similar. So we're like, well, why are we reinventing the wheel? We'll have them print it and just jump on board, which is what we did. And it's been great.
Yeah, I always thought for like some teams, we're actually talking to one client doing it who's in a different part of Ontario. They're just hiring a journalist and bringing like a local journalist in-house and basically just recreating the local newspaper, but by the team, and going that route, just full community.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good too.
Well, we're actually in the Stouffville Sun, the tribute this week, and I was on the cover a couple of months ago, and everything that we do, like we gave an interview, and what are they asking us about? They're not asking us about real estate. They're asking us about community. They're asking us about what we're doing for the community.
If someone asks me to participate in something, I will more than likely never say no.
Like, Dolores, can you jump out of a balloon, a hot air balloon?
Like, let me see if I can, not me, but I could get someone else to do it.
And she'll be like, sure, no problem. And then I got to figure out how we're going to do it all.
I just tell you, this is how it should be done.
Right.
It sounds like my team where I kind of joke that I just decide we're doing something and then blaze forward with it, and then they fill in the details behind me. Make sure it works.
Of course I can put the tent up at 6 a.m.
I'm like, okay, team, we take a shark. We put a rocket on its back, and we're gonna send him to the moon. Who's helping me? And they're like, oh shit, here she goes.
You guys need to source the shark and the rocket.
I got the fuel. Don't worry about that.
Oh boy, but yeah,
I'll let people know about it.
That's
good.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to deviate too much from everything and who we are during these times. So by still incorporating, and like we have like the good old fashioned newsletter that goes out, and I have to tell you that the newsletter has done better than it ever has.
Yeah.
Ever.
And not
print or email?
So we put it everywhere.
We have it so agents get one, and then our clients get another.
Yeah. So we have like a realtor one, like other realtors outside the team.
Yeah.
Then we have one that's just for clients, and then we put it on our social media.
It's amazing. The content is. I read it. I'm like, this is really good.
Mhm.
That's where that's when we've noticed with ours. Like we now have switched our newsletter to weekly, and it's like since we switched to weekly, like you can see a direct correlation to our sales, like shooting higher. Like it's directly to weekly emails. Is that? It's been wild.
I totally concur. And again, opening it up where like you don't have to ask for people to be part of it. They're asking you to be part of it.
And you're building the database at the same time. So, leads are coming in, they get filtered in the database, it gets shot out as a newsletter. So it's great.
And I can't tell you how many businesses that, relationships that I've built, and especially during, all the craziness of last year, and doing the cross promotions, and then when they have to buy or sell or they're looking for a new space, guess who they're calling? Like they want to call somebody who they know and who they trust, and it's us.
It'll work. Like this is what I always joke about is like if I went back to sales today, I would just do over a pint but with local businesses.
Totally.
It's the best way to like get to know people in the industry.
It's smart.
Yeah,
it's very smart. And
it's fun. Like it's find something you like do. Like I like having beers and talking about business with people. So throw a camera on and now it's professional.
There's more of me out there.
But there's no food in this one.
We have had food on episodes before.
We have to be back so that we can have food. Okay?
Yeah, we did. I
said we're gonna have him come to Stouffville. We're gonna take him to a nice restaurant like Fishbone.
Fishbone by the lake.
Oh, they have that in Aurora. They have a fish, or they had one in Aurora.
Yeah. No, the one in Aurora is fantastic as well too. But the one by the lake,
you can't beat it. It's so beautiful.
We got to do it like on the water, so like we're actually filming the water in the background.
Okay. Well, I know Chef Pedro, and he will close it down for me if we need him to.
Perfect.
Okay, so we're doing it.
Yeah, deal.
Done.
Easy. Yeah, I love doing them in like fun places. Like we did. Actually, I didn't realize they had it, so I went to Whistler, and I didn't realize there's a bar on top of the mountain. Like,
really?
Go to the top, they have a full restaurant with an outdoor bar, and I was like, why didn't I bring my camera?
Oh wow!
I should have filmed up here.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then we've done some, like I did one with the Charlton team. We did it in their pool. So if you see that episode, we're like this at the pool's edge, holding drinks the whole time.
I'm good with that. You can come to Marco Island, and we can
come
do
to my place.
Yeah.
I just bought a new one last night.
She did.
I bought one right on the
ocean. Cheers to your new purchase in Marco Island.
Yeah. And then we can do one in Florida.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, trust me, when you go there, you'll never leave. Everybody there is a drink in hand, relax.
Yeah.
They see me, they're like, what are you doing? Relax.
She'll FaceTime me, and she's like, look what I'm eating. Look what's happening. And I'm like busy, and like I'm pulling my hair out. I'm like,
Don't show me the palm trees.
I know.
No, she does. She'll take a picture of it in the morning. Look at it, and then in the afternoon, look at this, and then in the evening.
I love it. I love it there. Honestly,
Thanks.
I swear, Andrew, since this COVID thing hit, every night that I go to bed, I dream of being there. I dream of either walking on the beach or walking down the street.
You and the whole entire planet.
It's bad. I wake up and then I'm depressed when I get up. I'm like, oh, yeah, well, it's for I told the team can go anytime. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So actually, Keith Roy, who we mentioned earlier, he has a townhouse in Hawaii, and that was the deal with the team. Is the year that he's away, if you hit the team goals, we'll do our team planning meeting in Hawaii that year.
I remember seeing that a couple of years ago, and I was like, "That's awesome."
Yeah, that's what I've told my team. Once we break a certain goal, we can go away to do them. Because like right now, like our team planning meetings are in like Collingwood, which is still fun. But I mean, it's Collingwood. It's not. Yeah. Well, it's because like we have the conference in Blue Mountain already, so it's perfect to kind of add that in. But I'm like, we'll go somewhere warm on an island if we hit the goal that I want. Assuming we're allowed to travel then.
It's nice because you can bond together. Families would be there together. It's it's nice, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
You know, you have to be working for something and towards something, and just to be working just to make money is just what's the point, right?
Yeah.
You got to have fun. You got to believe in what
I
you're
have
doing.
to say, I haven't had as much fun ever since I joined this one. So like I was always working, and this one's like, can you relax? Like, let's go enjoy it.
Well, work should be fun.
After I'm like, that was fun.
Yeah. Well, that's what I liked about like bringing because like when I started, it was I had a partner for like a month. Then it was just me.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years, like I brought my brother in. So like you never see him out there because he's like silent, but he does all like the back end financials and all that. But so much more fun when you have someone like that you can rely on and trust and joke with.
When I come in, I'm like, it's kind of boring. Where is she?
Oh, when I go away, everyone already knows. They're like, don't even talk to Dolores. I'm like, why? What's happening? She's like, she's grumpy.
No, I get bored. I'm like, God.
She's like, when are you coming back? I'm like, it's been 4 hours, not for another 7 days.
No, I'm not attached to her. It's just I'm so used to having her around floating.
You know what you gotta do when you go away? Find like a rent a puppy service. And for like the 4 days you're away, there's just like puppies everywhere.
How did you know her?
You know me, Andrew.
It works for everything.
Oh
yeah, totally. I could have 10 puppies. I have one cute puppy. Have you seen my dog?
I'm not sure. I'm probably on Facebook.
The show has gone this way.
No, I have the cutest Australian Shepherd. Honestly, he's such a cute dog.
He is cute.
So this is what I love about the NAR conference in the US is now they do a puppy booth every year.
No.
So when you go, there's a booth and they just fill it with puppies, and it's one of the mortgage providers, and you literally just have to like sign your name in, and then you can just sit down and play with puppies all day.
That's all she would do. She'd be there for 4 days.
Fantastic.
Where is this? A NAR?
Yeah. So every year they move it around. So this year, assuming it happens in person in November, is San Diego, which is a double.
Okay, I'm going.
We're going. Yeah. She's going for puppies.
Oh, I'll go for the puppies. I don't care.
Yeah. So the key is, this is the pro tip for NAR for you and anyone else going, is the first day of NAR is like the association day. So like all the board of directors and all that, and that's like their meeting day. But the rest of the agents aren't there that day because it's just for associations, but all the booths are open. So that's the day where like I went and I got like 8 puppies at once and got to hang out. Every other day, because it was so busy, it was like a half an hour line to hold a puppy for 2 minutes.
Like that's how you get my daughter in the industry.
Yeah.
I just say, Grace Ann, you want to be a realtor? Then you come and you play with puppies all day.
Yeah. Plus, how fun of a job would that be if your job was to source puppies for a puppy booth?
That would be very exciting.
I quit.
No, but your next team event, puppies.
Like the clients are asking her questions, and she's like, "Sorry, what?"
I don't care.
She's just there with the
That's
dog.
great. You have your house. Wonderful.
Yeah, your next team event that you do in person definitely needs a puppy booth.
Oh
I
my
love that.
God.
Yeah.
Ooh, what team? I'm not sharing with them.
Well, you do need to like quality control it for an hour or two before everyone goes there.
Well, I'd be like hugging them all. I love puppy breath.
Yeah, it works.
It's like, that's so cute.
So let me tell you about this one time, many years ago.
I'm leaving now.
So it's a very high stress situation, and we have offers that we're reviewing, and
you're gonna tell the story.
The couple has a dog, And so it's like silence for like 5 minutes.
Well, he was in between my legs, right? And I was like,
so then the dog comes to Dolores and she's like, "You're so cute. You're so cute. Look at those lips." And we're all like, "Did you just say lips?"
no, because the lips were so fat and black.
Comment on my dog's lips.
But the lips were cute. I've never seen lips like that on a dog.
We all burst out laughing and they're like, "We'll take the offer." I'm like, "All right, well, that's all it takes is you to."
But those clients will never forget you now. Ever.
No,
I'm the dog lipper.
Yeah.
Dog. I don't know. But the lip was so like perfectly black. I'm like, wow, that's a nice lip.
You're top of mind now forever.
This is true.
Like
She's like, "They're so nice and so luscious." And we're all like, and the owners are like, "Did she
if anyone ever asked about that dog's lips again, they'll be like, Dolores.
Dolores.
It's true.
Oh, but I'm telling you, I just never saw lips so nice. I'm like, wow. Like dogs don't usually have lips, but his was perfectly black.
Yeah.
So.
Those got to be implants.
Oh man, I was shocked. I was like, wow, those are nice lips you have. And he's like looking at, scratching behind
I'm
the
like,
ear.
inside voice.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I said it outside, but oh well. The deal got done and that was it. So when I walk in, I'm like, okay, don't talk to me. Let me just play with your dog and then we can talk about your house because I don't care right now.
Actually, I did have a question I wanted to ask. I remembered it while I thought of it. Because always when we get on with teams, we always talk about like the stuff they're doing well. What are the things you guys wish you could be doing better?
I know.
Uh-oh.
What?
Okay, go ahead.
I would think if I had to do a better job, it would be to be more like follow-up, like constant follow-up. Follow-up. We get so busy in the now that we forget about, right? But
or even like I think it's more like the past.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
You think about our clients from like 4, 5, 6 years ago, and they miss that whole connection with the OG Dolores and Sonya, where it was like just us all the time, right?
Yeah.
I would say that for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Honestly, I think since we didn't do our marketplace, I think that's why I feel that disconnect. Because usually, even the marketplace, we would invite them, so at least we have that connection.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to throw the biggest party when this is done in the fall. If this is done,
it will be done.
I'm not kidding.
Andrew's coming. He's going to be
Andrew,
the MC.
No, seriously, I'm going to have a DJ. I'm going to go bananas. I'm going to rent the Legion across the street, and then I'm going to have food here. That's what I'm going to do.
That's a great idea.
Yep.
Tacos for everyone.
I'm gonna have like 1980s music across the street, pumping it up.
I mean, it's set up perfectly to do a Roaring '20s Great Gatsby thing. Like it's right.
Seriously, we're gonna have fun. So I said one, and then I'm gonna invite every single person I know. I'll invite the whole town. I don't care.
She'll do.
Good for business to do that.
But yeah, improvements. I mentioned that as well too, where it doesn't have to be so business oriented or about clients or any of those other things. It's really just celebrating the moments that we do have.
That's true.
Taking that time to say, "Hey, great job," and slow down, and let's talk about all of this. Like we would have never have thought in a million years. Like even last year when we went to the Remax booth, and she's like, she saw this guy with the medallion. You get like a necklace and stuff, and it says like top 100 in the world. And she's like, "How do I get one of those?" I'm like, "Well, first you need to be top 100 in the world, and then they give you one, right?" So, and I said, "Dream." Sorry.
Where are your top 20 in Canada? Where are you guys in the world now?
70.
Made the list. So you getting a fancy medallion in the mail?
Where's the medallion?
So you know what her response was? "Do I get my medallion?"
Where's it? Like, Remax, you listening? Where's my medallion?
So I'm like, "Are you gonna wear it? Wear it around your neck?"
Yeah, I don't even care about wearing it. I just want to shine it. Like, no, I don't even care.
Yeah,
frame it on the wall.
Yeah, totally.
I know.
She's just gonna go to like every brokerage in your region, being like,
"Oh, they don't care. They're probably like, that's great. We're number 5."
Hey, listen, number 1 in York region. Like we only found that out like literally 2 weeks ago. We're like,
No, I didn't believe that. I'm like,
why didn't anyone tell us?
Lying to me.
How do we not even know this? We're like,
was it number one, like for all your region or Remax?
all of York region.
Number two.
Number one, based on volume. Number one in all of York region based on volume.
Pretty good.
So not bad, right? And if we're looking at units sold, we were number 2, and Jennifer Jones was number 1.
Yeah.
So not bad, right?
Pretty good. It's not bad.
The team in Stouffville, not bad.
Where were now comparatively like 2019? Where were you guys on those rankings?
So we've been number 1 in Stouffville now for like the last 4 years, but I'm going to be honest, Andrew, I don't even know where we were ranked in York region.
Outside of top 100, they don't tell anyone.
Whatever. But last year we were like 78th with Remax, and then this year we're 21 in Canada. So not bad.
Canada, yeah.
And then, we were not on that top 100 list. And all of a sudden now here we come, number 70th. And we're like, what? Like, how? Like, oh my God, that's amazing.
I don't even know how.
It's like we work and work and we know we're busy, but like, are we really busy? Do we just make it up? Like, I don't know. So
you guys have like a goal in place for this year of like, this is how much more we want to go?
Number 1 everywhere. No, I'm kidding.
I have a goal. I would like to do probably 30% more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think we can do it. But, when we think about it from like, a numbers perspective, when you have 10 realtors, like it's a little bit hard, right? Like we have to be, conscious of the fact that we don't have 40 realtors on the team, but like sometimes it's not about,
it's a lot
quantity, it's about quality.
With, Justin Haver on Wednesday, we filmed with him and he has 73 on his team.
I know.
But like,
it's different, right?
I that's a thing. Like, are all 73 being productive, or am I just like? That's my question.
All of our agents all make 6 figures a year. Like that's for us is like, if you're not, there's a problem. Right?
I have emails every week that they want to join the team, but I'm just thinking like, it's not just join the team and here we go. It's okay. It's got to run to our level, and I worry that.
Also, that's like how you set up the team. So like Justin, differently, like the way that he's set up is a lead gen factory. Right. Like that. So he just has so many leads. He can basically take as many people as like he's getting 100 to 200 leads a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for him, it's just, I need bodies to call leads.
For sure.
That's a different model than like more like customer focus. Like, and that is actually one that him and I were talking about is like 93% of his business is new business. He doesn't do a lot of repeat and referral. He doesn't have time to focus on it.
But my question is, are all of his agents all selling, or is it?
I think some of them have like admin and stuff like that. Like some of their agents do. So like he said, one guy in his team sold 100 homes. Mm-hmm. But I don't know like if all of them are doing.
Yeah, see, that's
business,
my fear. And then you're trying to, some guys making this much money, and again, like we're trying to keep it.
Yeah, well, having talked to enough teams now, like it's very different, the setups. Like you have ones like his where he feeds them a ton of leads. Then you look like, if you guys know Jeff Ham out in like Mississauga, he doesn't give them any leads. He more coaches them on how to go out and like push for leads themselves. So he's more like a coach for them. Mm-hmm. So like there's the give them all the leads in the world. There's the other ones where it's you got to get everything yourself, but I'll help you do it. Right. And then there's kind of like the balance between of giving some business while still training. So there's so many different ways to do it. You can't really point to one and be like, that's the best way.
Yeah, exactly. And I think geography is the biggest thing too. How big is your area, your town, your city, the area that you're geographically farming, and the area that you're selling in? Is it relatable to who you are as a team and as a realtor, right? Because our business kind of took us a little bit everywhere, and we were out in Durham, and we were out in Toronto, and we were out everywhere. And then it was just really honing in one area that we could call home. Yeah. Work here collectively, 70% pretty much is our business. I think we're at like 65, to be honest. People just think we're Stouffville, but we have a lot in Markham. We have a lot in Uxbridge. We have a lot in East Toronto, and then other York Region municipalities. So for us, it's a spread of what the nucleus is here in Stouffville.
Yeah, if I had to say, I would like to possibly expand, but it's got to be done at a right pace.
Yeah. So I know you guys said around 4 you had to get going. So if people wanted to reach out to you, they want to talk to you, how do they get a hold of you?
I'll give you Dolores's direct number, and you can call her 24 hours a day. No, I'm kidding. No, you can reach us anytime. You want our office number or email?
However, like if I get me remember, it's all agents who would be watching this. So if you wanted agents to reach out to you, how would you like them to reach out to you?
Sure.
Or potential brokers who might recruit you.
416-606-6206.
Yes.
Perfect.
She has her phone attached to her 24 hours a day.
Right there.
All the time.